Welcome back, everyone. Ring in the new year of health by saving on wisdom teeth removal.
Joining us now in this sponsored segment is Dr. Heath Hendrickson to share what they are doing for their patients. And the last time you were here, it was busy holiday season. Were a lot of people in getting their wisdom teeth out?
Oh yeah, we're glad to get through that part of the end of the year because it is really busy. I mean, there are times we go home, we're just like, oh my gosh.
A lot of people need their wisdom teeth out.
They do. You know, we're talking in the hallway. It's just one of those things, kind of like everybody does it. You got to get it done. Kind of, what do you call that when you
can't avoid it?
Yeah, you can't avoid it, and so yeah, it is. It's something that's pretty ubiquitously needed. So.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about cost. That's one big maybe deterrent of people, but insurance covers most of it.
It is, and I'm surprised how many people don't realize that. This is one procedure that is covered by your insurance almost universally, and we take all insurances. We even take state Medicaid. So when we talk about our cash price, sometimes that scares people, right? And it's a big number. $9.99, we get $100 off with Good Things Utah. But if you have dental insurance, chances are you're not going to pay more than $150 or $200 for everything. That includes your sedation with the anesthetist, that's your surgery, your aftercare, everything. It's super reasonable. People find that out and they're like, whoa, gosh, I've been avoiding this because it was just going to be so expensive.
That is such a relief because when you think about a procedure like that, you start to get stressed immediately, but you take the stress out of a procedure like this. Talk about how you make it just completely stress-free and comfortable.
From beginning to end. I mean, if people will go on and read our Google reviews, they'll get a really good idea. From beginning to end, the staff is super friendly. We understand this is your first time. You're scared to death. I mean, most of the patients are, 16, 17 years old, 18 years old. They're younger patients. But they come in, again, the friendly staff, and then to come back and meet the anesthetist and realize that you are going to have just a little poke in the arm, like pinching your arm. Simple, simple, simple. But after that, next thing you know, you're in the car on the way home. I don't even have you open your mouth until you're asleep. There is no dental experience for you at all. So just forget about that. You're going to have a little nap. You're going to wake up. You're going to be silly, kind of feeling amazing, and you'll be on your way home.
And it's a quick procedure.
It's like your commercials.
Yeah.
Really.
It is.
It's like, okay, boom, wait, I'm done?
We had someone come and give us a call. They were upset about the commercial. They're like, that's not how it is. I'm like, no, that really is how it is.
And I said last time, if I were to redo my wisdom teeth, I would go to you because you make it so easy. Let's talk about also the pain meds, because that's another reason why people might not want to get their wisdom teeth out.
Absolutely. So I want to mention a couple things first. Patients are worried about, are they going to wake up in pain? So first of all, no. While you're asleep, we'll give you those injections in your mouth. You won't even know you've had them, and you'll wake up numb and not in pain, right? The worry is, 3, 4, 5 hours down the road, how are you going to do? And it used to be really typical in dentistry that we would prescribe opioids like Percocet and Vicodin and Lortab like candy. Everybody knows about the opioid epidemic. You see the billboards on the freeway. Everybody knows it's a problem. And dentistry was one of those places where patients would have a toothache or an extraction and go to the dentist, and then they would be given opioids and get hooked on those or need those, start having a problem. So we don't hardly use those at all. In fact, I probably only give opioids to maybe 1 in 100 of my patients, and it's on a special case-by-case basis. What does work and what works really well is ibuprofen and Tylenol when given correctly and at the correct intervals. It works better. The studies are clear. It actually works better than anything except morphine in a drip in your arm. Like when you go to the ER and you've been in a car accident and they hook you up and give you morphine. It works better than everything except that.
That is so comforting to know that you are taking care of your patients. All right, some people may put this off, and what results can happen if you don't get your wisdom teeth removed?
Well, the biggest issue that we see is patients that have put it off and put it off and put it off end up having the surgery when they're older. And oral surgery, when we're older, and I mean older, I mean like 30, like it's not very old, but by 30, it's a different procedure. The healing is longer. The time off work is longer. Your discomfort is just longer. The study shows, well, I don't want to get into that because I don't want to discourage patients. When they're older, it's weeks and weeks of discomfort before you feel normal again. When you're younger, 3 to 5 days and you're back in the saddle doing what you need to do, and it's not a big deal.
Don't wait any longer. And what if you had to get 2 out and then 2 out later on?
Yeah, that happens sometimes, right? That honestly happens. That's fine. That's not a big deal. It just increases your expense. Honestly, get them all out at the same time. It won't take any longer to heal, and you'll be done because you don't want to go back and do this again, right?
Doctor,
One time.
You were talking to one of our producers who needs some of this done, and she was astounded by how affordable it is.
It's weird because here we're always trying to get this message across. It's so hard. We've been advertising for 17 years in the Valley. And so people don't know that it's only $100, $150, $200 to get your wisdom teeth removed. So don't put it off for money. They do that and then think I'll get them out later. Now they're 40. The complications are increased. They miss work. There's all of that cost. It's just get it done now. Teenage years, that's the best time. So if you have kids or grandkids, get them in and do them a favor, use the insurance,
you
get
make
it over
it
with.
affordable and easy, and I can attest it's not that bad. It's so quick, and you're making it painless.
You have the deal right there.
Yeah.
After insurance, you still get that $100 off.
We'll honor that even with the insurance, if they have insurance, absolutely.
Thank you, doctor, with Good Things Utah. And even if you are of that age, 40 or so, you take care of them too.
Absolutely. We're going to baby you too. You just have to realize that it's not the same as when you were 17. But what is?
Okay.
You hit 40, nothing's the same as when you were 17. It's the same.
Dr. Wisdom, that's who you are. All right, thank you. Thanks to Wisdom Teeth
Thank you.
only, and for this sponsored interview. Dana, what's coming up next?